Sometimes I lose my mind, and some days it's hard to find the reason why you stay by my side. You and I break our hearts open enough just to see it, but won't put them back. No matter what they try, I'll stay by your side. It's you and I.
We begin by standing hip-width distance apart and warming up by rolling our shoulders forward and back. Reaching the arms to the side, we're going to take a nice long lateral stretch. And over to the other side. I'm blue without your face, but what can I do? Let's move on into knee rises to get the core warmed up, find our balance, and get some blood flow going. Next up, some butt kicks. We're pulling the elbows back and sending the heels towards our bottom. Externally rotating the hips, we're going to move into second position plie squats or sumo squats. Finding our balance, we're going to lower the hips up and down, moving in tiny pulses, trying to fire up those quads and those inner thighs. And if you're feeling ready, you can pop one of your heels to get a little bit of a deeper workout, and you can do that by going into the other side or alternating or lifting up both heels. Great job. I'm sure those legs are feeling warm. We're going to send those heels back and forward fold for a nice stretch. And once again, this was my first video in this rebrand, so thank you so much for being patient. I know it gets a little blurry here and there. All right, let's lock those heels in, and we're going to grab our weights. We're using 3-pound weights today, and let's pop that hat back in. No one needs to see my pool hair. We're going to begin with bicep curls. So my hips are dropped, my feet are planted into the ground, knees over the toes, bringing the arms up and down with a standard bicep curl. Nice deep breath, keeping that core nice and tight. All right, hopefully you're following along great. We're going to rise those arms up and do a bicep curl with the arms lifted. It's going to give us a little bit more resistance here, building a deeper strength. So follow along if you can, but if you need to go faster or slower, you do you. You could also do these exercises without any weights at all. Going along and moving into hammerhead curl. So as we did before, we're going to rise those arms up and do this with the arms extended in front of us.
And dive into the sky. hear the wind crying out.
Alright, let's separate those feet and move those arms out to do some overhead press.
To be alive, break the chains, and our freedom's ours to take.
Alright, let's pulse it out, trying to not have any tension in those shoulders, and we can slowly pulse it in, and let's pulse it back out. Back into the overhead press, working those shoulders, working those traps, deltoids, biceps, and triceps. This is a great full body, upper body workout. Alright, we're going to move back into the bicep here with what I like to call waitress arms. So the elbows are coming in at the rib and we're extending at a 90-degree angle, not coming above the shoulder. Take a nice deep breath in and out and keep that belly nice and tight. Holding here, we're going to do tiny pulses up. This can be a little bit tricky, but I promise the payoff is worth it. This is my favorite move to tone.
Where love's the only side. So take my hand, join the army of the shadows. Going harder.
Time to get into the back of those arms with a tricep kickback series. So I like to do this in a yoga pose, in a yoga chair. We keep those elbows high and we're slowly kicking back the elbow and trying to resist the flexion. Time to pulse it out. Continuing to work the tricep with some rows. Slowly returning to kickbacks to repeat.
Join the army of the shadows, going harder. We are more than numbers, standing in their shade. Going louder, we are all one color, standing.
Let's work the deltoids by doing an upright row, finding good posture, proper body alignment, standing tall, keeping that core nice and strong. Another doozy coming up. We're going to extend those arms out in front and slowly lift the weights up, alternating from side to side. Pulling those elbows back with a minor press, working the traps and the chest. Breathing in and breathing out. Final exercise here, we're just going to lift those arms up, out to the side, keeping them folded. This is a nice way to incorporate all of the muscles. My favorite way to conclude arms is with some ballet arms. So we're going to return to our waitress bicep position in a demi-plie in first position, and we're just going to do some bicep curls, a nice little burnout to round us out. Great job, you guys. I'm sure those arms are feeling nice and tight. We're going to roll down, drop the weights, and follow along for a little cool down to stretch out our arms. Time for part 2 of this video where we use a loopy band if you have it. Once again, you don't even need any equipment. And we are going to transition down to do some Pilates work for the glutes and for the legs. You can follow along and do your best to modify as needed. Excellent work, you guys. I'm sure that left glute is feeling a nice burn, so you can gently rock the hips from side to side before you transition into the other side. So we're extending the right leg back this time. This begins with a single leg arabesque stretch, and then we pulse it, and then we bend the leg into a deeper glute donkey kick back. I know you're following along, and I know I'm not talking through this, so thank you again for being patient with that. I do talk through once we get through episode 1, but I like how I was trial and error through this, and this is a mistake I made, but it still works. I still sometimes enjoy a follow along video, and since I'm already talking about it, share your thoughts with me in the comments. What's your favorite way to work out at home?
Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we're gonna light it up tonight. We're gonna light it up, babe. Tonight we're gonna light it up just like the sunrise. We're gonna light it up now.
Great work, my friends. Rocking the hips from side to side. You can take a quick cat-cow, and we're going to tuck those toes and send those hips into a downward dog to really stretch out those legs. Finding a nice flat back here and letting the tailbone drop. Lowering the heels to the earth, keeping those palms flat, and just taking a little stretch, a little cool down here before we move into the final part of this workout series for the day. Continuing to follow along, we're going to lay on our back, keeping the loopy band on our thighs, and we're going to do a little Pilates work for the core as well for the glutes. So this is one of my favorite ways to work through the back. So we're in a bridge pose. We're slowly rolling up through the hips, extending the arms, rolling down through the low back, lowering the hips, and pressing the palms down. We inhale, breathe in as we lift those hips. Exhale, bring those arms up. Take a nice deep inhale before you roll over the low back, lowering those hips down. Exhale, press the palms down. This is a nice massage for the back, and it feels good after all that work. We're going to move into a bridge series where we lift the hips up, trying to keep that core tight as we work the booty, lifting those hips up. And my alignment's not perfect, but I'm a model. But you want to try your best to keep those knees over those heels and keep that chin tucked and toning that booty. All right, we're lifting those heels up high. We're going to begin by doing some outer thighs pulses, and after this I'm going to stop talking and it will go back to follow along.
Along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on